So before partnering with 247, we used a different 3PL. The experience was great on the onboarding. Everything was cool. The moment we sent their inventory, there was like no communication. Orders were not getting shipped on time. So that was pretty stressful. I actually had to fulfill a bunch of orders myself from my condo, even though I had a 3PL. I thought that would be done, but they weren't shipping anything on time. I was being overcharged like crazy on storage, shipping, pick and pack. Nothing was being charged right. So I had to fight with their billing department every day. So the pricing was not transparent. So since I've been with 247, I have pretty much bothered and pestered Zaid every single day with a question, whether it's about warehouse stuff or just general e-commerce talk. Um, yeah, Zaid responds fast, pretty much within an hour, unless he's sleeping. Then I'm not getting a response, but that's fine. Um, but the communication is on point. Customer support is crazy good compared to the 3PL I was with before. Anytime there's been a mistake, which is pretty rare in itself, Zaid has made it right every single time. Whether they ship the wrong item, they cover the cost of the replacement shipping, all that stuff. They realize if they made a mistake, it's their fault. It's not my fault. And he handles it promptly and he does it the right way. Um, so I don't have any concern with, if there's a problem, something happens, Zaid or his brother, the whole team there, they've got it all on lock and it's taken care of within 24 hours at the most. So nothing to worry about there. Uh, the key strengths with 247 fulfillment by far is communication and how fast they actually ship your orders. Like sometimes we actually have customers complain because their order was shipped too fast. And then so I'll fire Zaid a text super quick and be like, hey man, customer put the wrong address or something. And he'll send his whole team into the bin and dig through like 300 shipments or whatever to find one little package so they can relabel it and the customer doesn't have to worry about it not actually getting received. So yeah, their customer support, how fast they ship, the pricing, everything is just, it's the perfect package for a 3PL. Um, and the amount of time saved for my team not having to ship orders anymore. Um, it gets rid of so many headaches that we're able to actually scale the business. Like when I switched to 247 for fulfillment, I didn't have to ship orders anymore. And I was able to scale my business 110% that year just because I knew I had a team in place that can get everything out the same, within 24 hours, everything is shipped from that day. And I didn't have to worry anymore. I know I had a team in place to handle the scale that I was able to get to. What I would say to another brand, if you're on the fence between 247 and another 3PL, especially if it's a big name 3PL, I wouldn't trust them. If it's a big name 3PL, anything they say, they just want you as a client. And once you're on, they do not care about you. This is Zaid's business. You can talk directly to Zaid or whoever you're assigned to. They care. They care about you and your business and your growth. The more your business grows, the more they're able to grow. And that's something the team at 247 realizes. Um, they want you to succeed, and when you succeed, they succeed. Um, it's not just an invoice you get every month. You're building a partnership with another company, and so Zaid has made sure the team and everybody there understands that, and they're truly invested in making sure your inventory is taken care of, making sure everything goes out on time. If there is an issue, they understand that you have a customer that is waiting for a response and they make sure it's done within 24 hours. Zaid runs his own e-commerce business. He understands like You can't just wait and tell the customer, sorry, we're trying to figure it out. You need a response and an actual answer. And he gets that answer for you as fast as he possibly can. So if you're currently self-fulfilling, I used to do that. And to be honest, it's a waste of time. You have to worry about scaling up your business, not worrying about how you're going to get orders out that day if you do grow 100%. So I would get rid of that and I would go to 247 as soon as you can and you're able to, because the amount of time and headaches it's going to save is well worth it. So before I joined 247, this is how I lived. This is my 700 square foot condo, living room, no couch. I made it a warehouse. It was fine for a bit, but my business was growing, 20% month over month. And, I couldn't handle doing that myself anymore. I tried to switch to another 3PL, which was a big name 3PL. They dropped the ball so hard that I had to bring everything back to my house and start self-fulfilling again until I found 247 fulfillment. And it was just such a waste of time. My business was growing so fast. I shouldn't have been spending any time packing orders. So the moment I found 247 fulfillment, it took off so much time off my hands that I was able to take all that time I was spending packing, 2, sometimes even 4 hours a day. I used to actually probably even like 8 hours on a Sunday I would spend starting to prep for Monday because I knew it was going to be a gong show. Um, and just the amount of time they save, like when you own a business, you start to realize, your time is worth money. And if you can put your time into something that makes more revenue, you should do that and outsource these tasks that um, they just slow you down. You shouldn't be packing orders. You should be focusing on revenue generating aspects of your business, like Facebook ads or creative. And the moment I switched to 247 fulfillment, I was able to spend so much more time on marketing. And, the business grew 110% that year that we switched over to him. It's pretty much a no brainer. Um, the more you realize that your time can be spent doing something else if you're self fulfilling, or if your current 3PL is taking days to ship orders, they're tying up your customer service with a bunch of requests like, why hasn't my order shipped? Or they're picking stuff wrong. Like the team at 247 doesn't make really any mistakes. And if they ever do, it's covered. Zaid will handle that within 24 hours for you and it'll be dealt with. Your customer won't be waiting and spamming your customer service with email after email after email and leaving comments on all your ads saying you guys aren't doing a good job. Um, but the biggest thing that came with partnering with 247 was just the headspace that it cleared up in my mind to focus on aspects of my business that allow me to grow instead of being bogged down in inventory management and shipping orders and dealing with all that crap that's just a waste of time. So if you're in that position where you're self-fulfilling or your 3PL just isn't getting it done, I would highly recommend taking a look at switching over to 247.